Billy, what did the LGU say, or the national government, the DENR? I'm sure you have contacted everyone. What's going on, really?
Actually, this was first raised by Senator Rafi Tulfo, I think in December, in a Senate hearing in December, where the DNR secretary was responded, the respondent, no? And I think their answer was that renewable projects are allowed in protected areas. So, and that this company can actually apply for a SAPA to operate inside protected areas. So again, that is very disturbing.
Sorry, what's
because
a SAPA?
while renewable projects may be allowed in multi-use zone areas, that's not a blanket approval, no? You have to take into consideration the specific location inside the protected area where you're trying to build it. And if it's a sensitive location, it's not responsible to allow this kind of activity.
And
Dapat nga, pag protected area should be outside the protected area or the buffer zone of a protected area. Last resort na dapat yung within the protected area.
And a SAPA stands for? Special Agreement.
It's a special agreement for protected areas. So it is used for commercial, industrial activities to be able to operate within protected areas.
So that, yun yung rights, di ba? Rights that are granted by the DENR for 25 years para mga siwa sa isang piece of land.
For profit.
Are they allowed to grant SAPA? Because I believe there are overlapping protected area declarations in the Masungi Georeserve. Meron yung Marikina Watershed, meron yung Kaliwa River, tapos meron pa yung Presidential Proclamation. Parang, I mean, just it's quite confusing as to what is allowed, because the SAPA, I believe, is also granted for livelihood purposes, to give livelihood to the people there, to create developments. So ano ba talaga? Which one do we honor, and which is stronger? Is it the MOA in 2017 that you have to take care of this, or is it the SAPA granted by the DNR?
Yes, so the SAPA is actually something quite new that was in the ENIPAS, the new protected areas law. So it was actually criticized by a lot of environmental groups because it seemed to cater to huge developmental projects inside protected areas. So now merong way in yung things like energy developments, things like even industrial developments inside protected areas. So environmentalists were very sensitive about this, and yun nga, it looks like nagagamit talaga siya for that reason. So
Billy, sorry, we're running out of time, but what are you doing?
Okay.
What's the next step? What's the plan here?
Yeah, so I think on the part of the Masungi Georeserve Foundation, we do have that MOA. So in terms of our partnership and why we were not even informed or consulted about this, I think our lawyers are on it. But in terms of the broader movement, it's really about repeating the success that Masungi has had with our past campaigns versus quarrying, versus land grabbing, wherein the media and the public have really helped a lot. So I think in terms of this campaign, it's very interesting because this is against a renewable energy project. There are different dimensions, but I think it's a chance to show how the Filipinos are now more conscious and more aware of how to protect our natural resources.